Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes! I'll start this off by saying that I flipping love Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. Everything about it, the characters, the plot, the music, this bit.
The high-end community is a very tight...
All of it. Great stuff. So, needless to say, I was looking forward to Volume 2. In fact, after seeing the first one, Volume 2 was easily my most anticipated Marvel film for the last 3 years. I say was because I've seen it. That's right, I've flipping seen it. Just a quick rundown before I get into it though, although likely you guys all already know this, so just click here if you want to get to the actual review, but Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 was directed by James Gunn, who returned to direct Volume 2, and who recently announced in a Facebook post that he'd be returning for Volume 3, which at this point is unheard of. I mean, yeah, the Russo brothers did Captain America 2 and 3, and they're now doing Avengers 3, but it's not quite the same. Usually Marvel just shuffles through directors. Thor, the first Captain America, Iron Man 3. No one's ever been around since the start of, one of the characters, or in this case, a bunch of the characters, and then 3 movies down the line. Like, the Russo brothers didn't start Captain America, they just picked him up from, I don't know, it's really irrelevant, and I don't know why I'm talking about it. Anyway, I say all this to say that the main thing I was hoping for in Guardians Volume 2 was that with James Gunn directing and now taking on sole writing credit, it would have the same kind of tone as the first one, but take an organic direction with the characters. The last time something like this has been attempted, like the last time we had an awesome Marvel movie, then a sequel headed up by the same guy, was Avengers 2, which I'm not a huge fan of, and fans are pretty divided on. What I'm ultimately trying to say is, I was optimistic and trepidatious. All I wanted was to be back with the same characters having a fun romp just like the first one. Of course, there are more characters to romp with this time, more Guardians to guard the galaxy. This time, as was very publicly announced, we got Yondu taking on a more central role, Karen Gillan back as Nebula, Pom Clementif joining up as Mantis, and of course, my personal favourite from the new cast, Kurt Russell as publicly known, but skip this next 10 seconds if you don't want to know anything, Ego the Living Planet, and also Star-Lord's dad. And this is the part where we review the thing. Transition! You know what? This film is a bloody good time. Seriously, it is. It's a really good time. I loved this film. Nearly everything about it has something to be loved. The visual style is colourful, vibrant, and organic feeling, giving the universe a real sense of life, which really stands out among the Marvel films. Like, a big complaint someone pointed out about the Marvel films was that they all had the same sickly kind of grey colour to them, and I would be amazed if someone could say that about this film. And because it looks so good, the action scenes are spectacular. There's one space battle in particular which is like the asteroid chase in Empire Strikes Back on drugs. And all the rest of them really visually pop and are very easy to follow. Like, because the visual style is so good, I never found myself having trouble following the characters. You never want to be in a fight scene where just stuff is happening all over the screen and you don't know who to follow. The music is all really well chosen too, like all the tracks fit the scenes really well and are a lot of fun. The score itself too, is good enough, which I feel like is kind of an insult, but yeah, good enough. And of course, the characters are all great. That's what you want from a sequel, characters that don't just feel like they've been reset. And that was one of the biggest things I enjoyed about this film. These characters that we grew to know and love from the first film weren't just walking recreations of themselves, but each of them, heck, even Kraglin, goes deeper, which is really what I look for in a movie. Some sort of heart is needed or else it's just an empty shell of a movie. Look at Iron Man 3. What an empty husk. Laughs, but just no heart. No heart whatsoever. And look, don't get me wrong. Guardians 2 was funny. Oh boy, was it funny. Some of the best laughs I've had all year just came solely from Drax. Everyone else too interacted well, like they all bounced off each other well. Even Kurt Russell had a funny moment or two. In fact, I think it's safe to say, and you're all assuming anyway, that pretty much everyone is funny in a good way. For me though, I wasn't a huge fan of Baby Groot. A large amount of his jokes just did not land for me, and I know a lot of people will enjoy him, so I guess I'll just say, if you enjoyed this part where Groot dances for 10 hours at the end of Volume 1, then you'll enjoy him. Of course, being funny isn't the greatest thing in the world. It's pretty good, like it might get you a girlfriend, but it won't hold a job, will it? But luckily, like I said, all the characters get a great dramatic turn, and they're all funny. Luckily too, the funniness doesn't devalue the drama and vice versa. Like, it all stays very consistent with itself. A really heartfelt moment isn't totally ruined by like a funny joke or whatever. While there are funny jokes at the end of it to break the tension, it doesn't ruin the moment. Like, it doesn't devalue it. And look, the plot itself could be considered quite basic by some, but all the story and lore implications from it I found quite interesting, and I felt that the characters all acted and reacted very realistically to plot developments and twists, and all their choices made sense to me. So in the end, I guess I'd just say again that this film, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, was a bloody good time. All the characters were a lot of fun, with each bringing a bit of organic and believable heart. The music and visual style was really cool, and the plot was interesting, with lots of little developments and twists that I thought were really interesting and have pretty fascinating implications for the future and the past. All in all, I'd highly recommend people go and see it. I mean, what else are you doing? Homework? No, you're not. Go see it. I want someone to talk about it with. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Check out my other videos from like last year if you did, and hopefully in the meantime, while you're watching my collective works of about 20 videos, I'll be able to come up with some new ideas and bring some sort of semblance of consistency to this godforsaken channel. Have a good one, guys. Jay Grizzle, out.